We are the Native Americans. And I don't know about the other $3, $4, and $5 ones, but we are the Native Americans.
Why do we have to say that Black Lives Matter? Now, I admit that is not the best slogan, but McDonald's already took you deserve a break today.
With the critical race theory, someone's like, how dare you remind us of what we did to you? How dare you? And rather than them dealing with it, because it's part of their healing also, Brother Rich.
I want to remind you of the Hill article that was written a few days ago. What does the title of this article say? Thumbs up, baby. Share, share, share. It says, patience with dying and wearing thin among Black leaders. This was a few weeks ago, October 22nd. Y'all don't believe fat meat is greasy. The people that has been the most faithful to you, y'all sitting there not connected to the Black grassroots, and we busting y'all. Come on, talk back to me.
Trump is the one that set this thing in motion, that Biden administration having to deal with paying these people $450,000 per individual and almost up to $900,000 per family.
To be determined. This is an ongoing settlement negotiation between the U.S. government and lawyers representing those families who were separated, over 5,600 of them, by the Trump administration in what, remember, Physicians for Human Rights, a Nobel laureate organization and nonprofit, deemed torture. It met the UN's definition, as well as the American Academy of Pediatrics, who called this government-sanctioned.
Black Americans did not vote for Jim Crow Joe to give your reparations and mine to people that's not even citizens of the United States of America. I know you didn't do that to vote for those of you who voted for Jim Crow Joe. But let's continue this effort here, because that's all it is.
What I want to say to the world right now, all right, it's over 300 million cases of Black families being broken up. What happened to the reunification of Black families coming back together? It was the American Academy of Pediatrics, I believe, called it government-sanctioned child abuse. Well, what do you call what we went through? The castrations, the separating of families, all right? The buck breaking that went on, stealing the riches and the natural resources from Africa, all right? Ripping the souls of Black folks apart. All right, the whole idea of incest, having us go into our relatives just to produce more slaves. All right, the whole dynamic of what slavery did to us. All right, one gentleman said it's just one of the most shameful chapters in American history is what's happening now to the immigrants. Wow, for real? For real? And slavery wasn't? And what's going on now with Black people isn't? Come on, man, miss me with that for real.
So a lot of people say, who support CRT, say, look, we're just teaching history. I feel there's a difference, I feel, between telling somebody where they are or what obstacles they may face and victim mentality. And I think there's a difference between the two. Because I don't think it is wrong to tell a Black child, hey, we live in this neighborhood because of this. Your grandfather's house was taken away in Hermosa Beach or wherever, Manhattan Beach or wherever they live. We had a business that we lost in this place, Tulsa, Oklahoma, whatever these things are. I think it is valid to have those conversations the same way America has these conversations about the British and like this is how things came to be. The same way Jewish people have conversations like, hey, your grandparents got kicked out of Poland. That's why we're here today, right?
So the whole idea of torture, The whole idea of compensation, the whole idea of government-sanctioned child abuse, the whole idea of the reunification of black families coming back together.
This is being done on purpose. I'm just telling you the truth. Now continue. So they say you seek a range of payouts averaging $3.4 million per family, according to the Wall Street Journal. They say the Biden administration has repeatedly deemed the policy cruel and inhumane and promised to reunite families still separated. But it's not cruel and inhumane what happens to black people. It's never been cruel and inhumane as been happening to us for hundreds upon hundreds of years. That's not cruel and inhumane. It's not. And understand something. We didn't have a choice to come here. Others are choosing to leave their nations instead of fighting for their nations, fighting for their homelands, saying, give me liberty or give me death in my homeland. They say, oh, what a game. Well, you know what? It's more good people than bad people. They say, look, we're going to run them out. They say, yeah, some of us may die in the process, but we're going to run this man, we're going to run them out. If the government's not right, we're going to get it right too. No, this is our homeland. This is where our ancestors were at. Why are we leaving to go somewhere else? Why? You fight for your homeland. If anybody had any right to be leaving, it's Black America.
Identity of H.R. 4 as a legitimate legislative action that should receive the full hearing of this committee, should in fact have a markup, go to the floor of the House, go to the United States Senate, and be signed by the President of the United States of America. This is an action of legislative commitment, and this is not a symbolic action, though I am gratified that we are having this hearing on Juneteenth. For those of us who understand Juneteenth, 2 years after the proclamation, Emancipation Proclamation, there were those Africans who did not have freedom until 1865. So let me begin and indicate to my friends who have expressed a variety of assessments of H.R. 40 and say that America is a place that welcomes the diversity of thought. We even welcome the diversity of thought among the multicolored chocolate people that are African Americans, descendants of African slaves. Let me be very clear. It is only this group, even though they attempted to enslave Native Americans, it is only this group that can singularly claim to have been slaves under the auspices, the institution, and leadership of the United States government. And so, H.R. 40 is in fact the response of the United States of America long overdue. Slavery is the original sin. Slavery has never received an apology. This commission would be comprised of members selected by the President of the United States, the Speaker of the House, the leader, and of course, those who've been entrenched in this process. I spoke to John Conyers yesterday. I'm honored to have been given the opportunity to lead this bill. John Conyers said to move on and to lead on, and for us to take this forward. Thank you, Congressman John Conyers, for all that you have done.
Do you see how they disrespected us? They were putting pressure on us to submit to the mandates. How many of y'all remember that? But not just that. I said not just that. What did Roland Martin do? What did Joy Reid do? What did Don Lemonade do? What did all the black Democrats do? What did your so-called liberals, the squad, those that are supposed to be your liberals, what did Bernie Sanders and them do when Joe Biden a few months ago said this?
Country is doomed. It is doomed not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics.
You hear this fool?
Every day of our existence it has been cruel and inhumane. Dealing with slavery and all the atrocities of slavery, dealing with slavery 2.0, which was sharecropping, and now slavery 3.0, which is the industrial prison system. Slavery is even still on the books in the United States of America on the 13th Amendment. They tell you it's abolished, but then they say except. And in 2021, that except clause allows slavery 3.0, which is the prison industrial complex, which Jim Crow Joe Biden authored that mass incarceration bill.
This stinking Democratic Party, when we're getting ready to take over every system in government based on freedom, justice, and equality. When I say take over, I'm talking about with truth. I'm talking about with righteousness. I'm talking about a world without white supremacy. Don't y'all start having withdrawals. You better tell your scary family to tune into the Vicki show. Let me tell you why this is a good thing. The Democrats have screwed us over. I don't care what the media is telling you. They're trying to tell you it's because the Democrats didn't get nothing passed. The Democrats got a lot passed. The Democrats gave protection to the LGBTQ with executive powers. They gave protections with executive orders with the illegal immigrants. They passed full stop legislation for the Asian community, and they rerouted $50 million for them. They're giving money to the white Afghanis, and they're sitting here talking about specific money and multi-million-dollar settlements for illegal immigrants. It's not that they didn't get nothing passed. It's that the people that put them in power, black folk, they've screwed over. Do not listen to the white media lying to you, family. Did you hear what I said? I said, do not listen to the white media that's telling you it's everything else but what we're telling you it is. They're proven to be liars. They're losing, family. Are y'all gonna listen to losers? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. It's time for us to make a decision that we're gonna stay focused on what the new black media is telling us.
You could be cruel to George Floyd. You can be cruel to him. It's fine. It's okay. A grown man having his knee on another man's neck to the man literally just die in front of everybody. If that's not cruel and unusual punishment, I don't know what is. But see, that's okay. And the only reason Derek Chauvin is in jail right now is because the people had an uprising. That's the only reason why. It has to take the people having a national uprising that caused a worldwide uprising, actually, to get one of them race holders locked up. You understand? You can do the most heinous things to the black community, and we got to do so much for one of them to even get charged. But Donald Trump removes people that came over here breaking the United States federal law, and now you talking about breaking them off with reparations, Jim Crow Joe?
This latest caravan
when black people break federal law, you lock black people up.
Many from Honduras, Guatemala.
They don't get no pass. Matter of fact, do you know recently Jim Crow Joe just put in more protections for them? What protections are we talking about? He just said that, you know, ICE, which is law enforcement, could not arrest them at a church, couldn't arrest them at a school, couldn't arrest them anywhere where children are gathering. So he's giving them protections, right? Now, why isn't he saying that about Tyrone when he gets in trouble? Or Jerome when he gets in trouble? That you can't arrest him when he's at church, or arrest him when he's picking up his child at school. No, you're not going to protect him. You're not going to do that whatsoever. But this is the man that some of you out here were crying for.
In Virginia's closely watched governor's race, Republican businessman Glenn Youngkin has emerged triumphant.
Alrighty, Virginia, we won this thing!
Narrowly defeating his Democratic opponent, former Governor Terry McAuliffe, in a state President Biden won by 10 points just 1 year ago.
This is the spirit of Virginia coming together like never before.
Former President Donald Trump, who endorsed Youngkin and held tele-rallies for him, released several statements overnight claiming victory and thanking, quote, MAGA voters. But Youngkin successfully kept his distance from Mr. Trump during the race and did not campaign with him. Our NBC News